Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Xah Talk Show. Today we're gonna talk about random stuff. Okay, and we're gonna code emacs Lisp. So if you have questions, ask me anything, and put money in my pocket. Okay, let's see. Super chat shows support for Xah super chat. Make your message stand out. Yeah, you can pay me, PayPal, Patreon, and if you watch me, on my website you can find my stuff. Okay, so random topic. Like the usual, what I did. This is a comedy, Xah comedy. Okay, random topic. Ask me anything. And meanwhile, I'm going to code eLisp. Fantastic. So now you are, and follow me on my Twitter. Wait, where is it? Oh, so here, Twitter. So you follow me on my Twitter and follow me on Xah Discord. You can find Xah Discord on xahli.info. Okay, fantastic. First question. Rudolph says, how fast are you with the svalboard at this point? Oh yeah, so svalboard. Well, actually I haven't really been using it. I haven't started to learn it. So yeah, but I really am going to master it. So it'll take a while because I've been coding a lot. I've been doing a lot busy coding and stuff because coding is more important. I mean, this is, I love this extremely magnetic, but it takes a lot of time to learn. So I haven't really get onto it. That's why I owe to the guy who gave me this. So that's why I put on my live stream every day to promote it. But unfortunately, I haven't really got into it. So, but I've been looking. So that's why in the past few months, you have been seeing. So this is, by the way, svalboard, svalboard. Search for it, and you'll find it on the website, or search for data hand. And also, I have a video review, and I have an article, and lots of photos. So I think this is a great device, but I haven't got into it yet. I will show you guys down the road. Yeah, so for those of you, you gotta be more patient, okay? Because that's a complete new thing. So I've been doing a lot keyboard study in the past 2 weeks. Lots of so let me introduce my keyboards and let me go tell you what I've done. So this is Glove 80. I talked about many times. This is Ultimate Hacking Keyboard. They are fantastic. Okay, let's switch to the... Am I doing good? Am I alive? Alive and kicking. Okay, so yeah, I've been coding a lot, and Xah Discord, you guys join. So I want to code some emacs. Yeah, so okay, so let me tell you guys about what I have been doing. So busy, coding and also partly because of the svalboard, I've been doing huge amount of update on keyboard on my keyboard blog in the past about 2 weeks. So in fact, the past 3 videos I was talking about keyboard and keyboard layout, the fastest the world's fastest typers, I compiled, I looked into the speed typing community, and here is a collection of videos of the fastest people. I won't be talking about it today because I talked. There's a lot to talk about, but So anyway, I collected all their videos so you can see each one is a video with their hand, with a camera on their hand, so you can actually prove, this is, and you can actually see how they type. Many of these people actually use like 7 fingers. Some of them, like, they just use 7 fingers, and some of them use 8 fingers. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, some of them. So, and Sean Warner, the one of the top 5 fastest, Sean Warner, very famous. He's created a theory about how you should stick to QWERTY. I mean, kind of like that. Because he kind of sneer Dvorak and Cormac, which is extremely idiotic. Anyway, I talked about this topic in my last video or the one before. Okay, so huge amount of update and huge amount of study of ergonomic keyboard layouts, and in particular this page, now you can see all the different, this is a JavaScript application, you can go to it. So just search for ergonomic keyboard layouts, xahly.info, and you can see all the efficient layout, Dvorak, Cormac, Workman, Norman. These are kind of popular. Cormac, DH, Minimac, and these are less popular. And then there's Pico, and I also added Homac, which is like 3 years old, new, like brand new, and Ingram layout, and also Canary. Canary is a community effort, a bunch of layout fanatics. They think they can create a more efficient layout, And also, but particularly I added in the past few days, all the European ergonomic layout. For example, Neo is designed for German, and ADNW is also for German. Beeple is for French, most popular, and here you see French Azerty, which is the most idiotic, inefficient layout. And PD Navito is Brazil's efficient layout. And you can also change language. For example, PT Navito for Brazil, which speaks Portuguese. I don't have Portuguese, but you can use Spanish. They're kind of similar. So you can change to Spanish. For example, let's see QWERTY. Okay, so QWERTY you can change to English, Spanish, German, French, and Pinyin. Pinyin is for typing Chinese. So you can see how they differ. And also there's Russian. So for Russian, you need to switch to Junkan, the Russian layout, this one. Then you can see very extremely inefficient. In fact, all the international layout are the most inefficient. Okay, let me show you. Like extremely, all the standard international layout for let's see, idiocy of international keyboard layouts. Okay, let's go there. Like many of these keyboard in United Kingdom, in Norway, in Finland, in Northern Europe, in Germany, in France, they have these symbols, section sign, the generalized currency sign, the superscript 2, the 1/2, 1/2 sign, and the logic not sign. Like what kind of idiot put those sign there? You wonder. So so you can look at the international layout. So you can see where are they used. So the green is QWERTY, which is American. Okay, the green. The orange is Quartz, that's used in Germany, basically German-speaking countries. Then the blue is Azerty, basically just French and Belgium. That's it. Extremely inefficient, like all the way, like the extremely idiotic, Like they put the section sign, like what the heck, and 1/2. If you want to type 1/2, you type 1/2, right? That's actually better. So anyway, so you can see all the like extremely incompetent. So for some reason, I guess, so these layouts were created in, I guess, 1960s. Computer is basically invented in America. We are supreme America. So for the first 50 years or also mostly. I mean microcomputers. Let's say, well, I mean computers in general. It's mostly Americans, pioneered it. So usually it's just American happening, right? But so gradually, I suppose that's a history. Gradually in Europe, they need a keyboard layout, so each one creates their own incompatible and extremely inefficient. It's quite idiotic, quite a story. And you know what? The most idiotic, I mean, all of them are so extreme idiotic. It's hard to say, this is the most idiotic. But French as a T, in French, they have this capital acute E, okay? This character, capital acute E. Now, but if you are using a French layout, it is impossible to type that character. This is how idiotic it is, how extreme, to an extreme degree. And then when you need to type other French characters, so I have, for example, French letter frequency, so you can see all French letters, and you can see what does French alphabet constitute. So French alphabet is exactly the same as English, except they have these and only these accented characters. Okay, so when you want to study a language and their keyboard layout, you need to know, exactly what alphabet you use, what kind of accent characters. So French has these. So, but it's impossible to type the capital acute E. Imagine that. There's no key for it. And that made the common French people thought, that letter should never be capitalized, which is not true. So the French government in 2019 finally created a new layout that fixes many of these issues, so this is a new ASCII French keyboard layout. It came out in 2019, but it's also idiotic. But anyway, so if you want to type French, you should use the Beeple layout. This is an efficient layout designed for French, and you can type all the characters used in French. For example, in French they use this. Let me show you in Emacs. Let's demo. So in French, they have this. Let's see. What? Yeah. So that, and you see, this is the quotation mark used in French. Okay. So you can see this is the character name is left pointing double angle quotation mark. Okay, that's a French, or guillemette. So in French they don't use the curly quote or the the single quote. They use this. That's a French convention, which is actually better. So anyway, so you can type that. Basically, you can type all the French language literature, orthography, whatever, characters and symbols they use in French. So if you, have to type French, use Beeple layout. So anyway, so that's what I have been doing a lot, in the past 3 weeks, read a lot, and, about a different layout, and also look into, let's go back to my keyboard blog so you can see all the news. German also, lots of research into the German layout, what characters they use. So in German, their alphabet is exactly the same as English, except they use this umlaut A, O, U, and also with this sharp S symbol. So let me show you here. So these are the characters the German use. So let's copy, actually not. Okay, that's basically the extra characters German language use. Okay, so you have to study their frequency and so on. So there is a German language character frequency. So anyway, that's about keyboard. So how many people watching? 13. Oh, a million. Fantastic. Got questions for me? So Rudolph, did I answer your question? You gotta say yes, thank you. About svalboard. Now, I don't know, says, does it make sense to learn about group theory? Yes, of course. For someone who doesn't know a lot about math to get a better understanding of functional programming. Oh, okay. So, if you have any interest in math at all, group theory is a must. Group theory is like one of the most fundamental in general. So the most fundamental is actually linear algebra, calculus, and group theory. Okay, so if I can pick three, the most fundamental real mathematics, not arithmetics like 1 + 1, fraction. How do you combine fraction? That's great. That's great school math. But if you want to get real mathematics, like mathematicians level, the three most fundamental math things you want to study is calculus. Okay, just get basic calculus, like what's derivative, integral, how do you use them, what they mean. Calculus, linear algebra. Okay, linear algebra is very broad, very useful, and as you know, in programming, it's for gaming, for 3D graphics, it's all about linear algebra. Okay, then the third one is group theory. Group theory is about structure. I talked about on my website I talked about live stream teaching group theory 2 years ago or 1 year ago. Search for it. Okay, search for on my YouTube or search on my Xah Talk Show homepage. You can find it. So first of all, let me put this into. You see, this is. Oh wait, I put it in the wrong place. So I'm using emacs, of course. Xah Fly Keys. Okay, fantastic. Xah Fly Keys. If you use emacs, you should use it. More efficient than VI, than Vim key binding system. There's a video, and there is the key binding supports lots of layout: Vorak, Comac, Walkman, AZERTY, French, German keyboard, and all that. Xah Fly Keys, and on the pink window is all my command call, the command name, and the keystroke I type in real time as I type. You can see. Let me adjust this so it doesn't hide in the bottom. Okay, so you can see, yeah. Okay, and I was talking about what? Xah Fly Keys, close. Okay, yeah, I need to. So I'm using Xah HTML mod. Select. Actually, I don't want to select that. Select, cut, close. Okay, close, and go to Xah Talk Show. Programming blog, open, back, close. Next, Xah Talk Show. Showing browser. That's today's topic. And let's paste it here so you can see the French characters we talked about. So yeah, group theory, calculus, linear algebra. That's the three fundamental math you want to study if you want to study math. Now, your particular question is about functional programming. Do you need to know a group theory if you want to know more about functional programming? The answer is no. In fact, in functional programming, you don't have to learn any math. Functional programming, you don't have to know group theory. You don't have to know calculus. You don't have to know linear algebra. Okay, it's like almost irrelevant, like completely. Okay, so for functional programming, actually you don't need just code. Okay. My favorite functional programming language is Wolfram language, and now a new one, F#. F# for Microsoft.net. Easy to download. Just in 1 minute, you'll download it. I talked about in my last fifth video. Function F#. Okay, F# is a variant of OCaml, which is a variant of meta language. Which Haskell is a variant of. Okay, I recommend F#. Now, if you are on Linux, you have the option of OCaml. But F# is so easy to download and cross-platform on Linux, on Mac too. So F#, okay? So if you are into functional programming, don't worry about mathematics, okay? Like the Haskell people. The Haskell people will tell you, oh, category theory, oh, monad, shit, okay, crap. You don't need to know nothing. Well, it's related. It might be helpful, but it's not practical. Okay, you don't forget about all that shit. You want to learn functional programming, code, read the documentation, like I do. Like for example, Lisp is a functional programming, one of the earliest. Just code, do a project, just code every day, code. Okay. Don't worry about the Haskell, monad, currying, the theory of category. Pure bullshit, drivel. Pure, okay? When are they useful? They are useful for theoretical computer science, okay? Then you learn type theory and category theory. They are kind of related, okay? Type theory, category theory, proof theory. Okay, that's when you want to study theoretical computer science, such as lambda calculus. Lisp is based on lambda calculus. Common Lisp scheme, especially scheme. But you don't really need to know any lambda calculus. Okay, I tell you the most important thing to know. Okay, you don't need to know. Just learn functional programming. It's fantastic. Just code. Read the documentation, practice. If you have a question, ask. Don't pay attention to any, some hotshot blogger is talking about category theory, help you think, or Haskell is this or that. Shit. Okay, they don't help you, and most of the time they are talking bullshit. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay. So Glove 80 is fantastic. Yes, it cures my RSI, but recently I've been typing so much. But today is good. But I have a chronic repetitive strain injury. So right here, I talked about many times. I have 50 blogs on repetitive strain injury. So you can just search my Xah website. Search for injury, you see like 10 articles or RSI. Okay, not RSI or typing. You will find tens of articles about that. So that answers your question. IDK, I don't know. Next, thank you, Rudolph. Rudolph. Also, set theory is fundamental. Tons of things are defined in terms of sets. I'll have to say not really. Okay, not really. Set theory is kind of the foundation of mathematics, and also it's being displaced. Set theory has its own thing, but it's not really fundamental. It's fundamental in a sense that you just need to know what's a set. You don't need to dive deep. Like one chapter, it's not really math. It's rather set theory is more about logic and foundation of mathematics. How do you foundation? I also talked about that topics. So let me show you So you go to Xah Talk Show. Let me repeat this Xah Talk Show homepage. Then you have Xah Talk Show clips index. So I started to collect, the topics I talked about in the past. So, and grouped by category. So programming languages, and Wolfram language, and keyboard layout, typing, hand injury. They talked about it so much. And hacker culture, Unix, Linux, why I hate C, for example. In emacs, there's like 200 videos on emacs and emacs lisp coding, and life, society, and humanity. So this is non-technical, and math and geometry. So there are several, about AI, about ChatGPT, about Bill Gasper, lots of math, because I do Xah Talk Show live stream for like 3 years now. So usually it's lots of topics in 1 hour. So I started to kind of collect this information. So if you want to learn Emacs workflow, or all these collected are usually my best ones. And Emacs Lisp, if you want to learn Emacs Lisp coding, so watch all these videos. And some coding videos, write a search engine. Okay, and this is about Wolfram language, symbolic computation. Okay. So that man from Germany says, I type German, English, and Polish, and I use Comac DH. Fantastic. With German umlauts, but with the E2 keyboard driver. I don't know what's E2 keyboard driver. I can type all European languages with that layout. Yes. Yeah, so some of these layouts, some of the efficient layouts, they are designed so that you can actually type all European languages with accents. So let me show you guys a relevant page. Okay, Unicode blog. So go to Unicode blog. So you can see, so there's a section on Latin. Okay. So you can see hundreds of the weird decorations of accent symbols. Okay, so you can see, first of all, English alphabet, all important, or Latin alphabet. Then there's a decorated English alphabet, so you can see all the variations. Okay, those marks are called diacritics, technically. Diacritics. And so you can see, and here is this section is the story of O. Now, if you don't know what that is, look it up. The story of O, okay? And there is an article, accent marks, trema, umlaut, macron, circumflex. So these are commonly used in European languages, and each accent mark has a name. So here's an example, and also example in English. Acute accent, café, décor, déjà vu, résumé, risqué, risky. They borrowed from French. Prelude, etude, fiancé, ingénois, something like that. Grave accent, acute accent, grave accent, circumflex, diaresis, and umlaut. Now this one is interesting. Tuk-tung! Thank you, Rudolph. Diaresis and umlaut, okay? Now this one is interesting. For example, zoology, reenact, naive, claw, and cooperation. This mark is actually came from two different separate semantic meaning marks. So one is called diacritics, one is umlaut, and they have the same symbol, so they kind of merged. How do I know? Because I read a lot. You go to Wikipedia, I read it, like 10 years ago or multiple times. So umlaut, so these three, umlaut is mostly used in German. And this Sedila also used in German, facade and Macron and so on, and brave and Caron. And tilde, I'm not sure how do you pronounce that. But this one is actually not an accent mark. This symbol, N with a tilde, is actually an alphabet of the Spanish language. Okay, Niño. So, interesting stuff. Okay, so that's about that. So what next? I was going to code some emacs Lisp. Anyone is here for coding emacs Lisp? Like heart, put some hearts, and I'll start to code emacs Lisp. I've been doing a lot of videos, so I have been thinking about the humanity. Usually anything I think about is usually with respect to the whole humanity and history. Like, what does it mean? I mean, even programming language like Python, functional programming, what does it mean in the context of whole humanity? Few millions of history, or 4,000 years of written history, which is the part we really know. But beyond 4,000 years ago, we don't know much. So anyway, so I've been thinking, video. So, it's a phenomenon in the past decade or two. You started to have videos. The technology is really the fundamental, the one most important force that changes humanity. The structure, how we behave, what we do every day, the society, the structure of the society, technology changes it. Okay, for example, the common example is industrial revolution. Then there's invention of printing press, invention of paper, invention of gunpowder, that changed society. So today, in this decade, we have computers, in this decade, we have internet and cell phone that changed the world truly, truly in a fundamental way. So I've been observing, the first video, for example, in 2005, 2005, that's about 20 years ago. Is that right? Yeah, 2005, 20 years ago. That's when YouTube began. Google bought YouTube from the other company, I forgot what. So anyway, we started to have videos. You can watch videos, right? Actually, video began in 1990s on the Mac. The QuickTime. I have blogs about it. But, I have like 30 years worth of blogs. So when you write blogs over, basically over your life, you can see what happened before. It serves as some kind of documentation. And you'll find, I often find in my blog 10 years old, 20 years old, or 25 years old blog that links to articles. Then it reminds you what's going on at that time. The thinking is different. For example, 20 years ago, you don't have like social justice warriors. You don't have that. And anyway, so back to video. So in 2005 or late 2000s, when the video just start, sometimes you have a well-known person like professor, for example, one of the famous code programmer, they give a talk, like Guy Steele or Richard Stallman, for example, live stream, and they give a lecture or a talk, at some university or somewhere, and you have live, big camera equipment go there to try to do the live stream. live stream on YouTube, and all the news website, they'll say, oh, the live stream, this guy is talking, and everyone is go watch it because it's rare. Like before 2005, you almost never seen any, let's say famous programmers or well-known professors talk. You cannot unless you travel to there. But now with technology, you have that, right? So when it began, everyone is like, oh, this guy is talking, or go watch it. But now all the famous people is talking, nobody's watching it because there's so many, every Joe, every idiot, or every girl is like live stream every day, 10,000s of them. And the professors, well, not almost, but I mean, there's tons of it. Like you tons of it. The best mathematicians, they have a YouTube. The best, like the top 100 best mathematicians. Many of them have videos. And or programmers or the top computer scientists. So much information today. So. Okay, so that. Anything else? What's next topic? Nothing? Okay, so we talked for 40 minutes now. Let's see. Unicode. Okay, so some Unicode news. Finally, we have this power symbol. This is a frequently requested symbol, power on off, but it's not in Unicode until I guess 2 or 3 years ago. So finally we have that. That's Unicode news, and there's some update on Russian alphabet. I'm doing the update because I was studying, Russian layout. You need to know what characters are there. Okay, Russian alphabet, and of course there's Chinese. And this is interesting. This is a Unicode art, the ASCII art or text art. Very beautiful. And they are programmatically generated by scheme Lisp people. There's a website. I think I have a source somewhere here. Yeah. So you can see, I don't know what's that website, some kind of forum, but these scheme people, they created, this text. This is not drawing. They use scheme. Here is a code. They created this fantastic ASCII art. Fantastic, beautiful. And look at tilings. Amazing. Okay, I want to open them so that I can link to my talk show later. Okay, that's about Unicode. What am I drinking? Just coffee. Just plain coffee and milk. Do you think you are a schizoid? Yes, I've read Lowen's books and I found it very relatable. I wonder if you have any other suggestions. Did you see Lauren's book on my website? Because I have a few articles about schizoid. And in fact, if you go to my YouTube, you can also find my Asian article about, I talked about schizoid. Where do I search? Here. Schizoid personality disorder. So this is 2019, my earliest. That's the year I begin live stream regularly. So, and here, that is the book you are talking about by Lowen. Okay, schizoid personality disorder. Yes, I'm a schizoid. I'm a mild schizoid. Now, to avoid drama, so let me tell you guys what schizoid means. Schizoid basically means a loner. It's a particular personality such that the person do not enjoy working with others. Usually they avoid other people. They prefer to be alone. So it's an unusual trait, like most people are not. Most people they need social interaction. For example, in prison, they have this isolated cell. Usually you don't want to be put there. They put you there, you are just by yourself. Usually it's a punishment, in prison. But for schizoid personality like me, we love it. So we don't enjoy, we prefer to do things alone. So I'm kind of mild in schizoid. There's more severe ones. In fact, in Xah forum, there are several, those who follow me, you guys, a lot of you are, I know, I can see. And, some of them, some are more severe than me. Like they don't talk to other people at all. Like they live in a like podunk town, like for example in USA, in 10 miles there's no one else, and they keep birds or whatever. There are some like that extreme, but I'm not that extreme. I still talk to people, but I'm able to, I'm fine if I don't talk to other people for 1 month. I don't have a problem. You see, that's the thing. That's an interesting thing. For most people, if they don't talk to another human being for a week or for a month, they go crazy. They're gonna start to think about suicide or whatever. That's most people. So schizoid is kind of opposite of that. Okay, anything else? Is it interesting? Give me some feedback. 22 people. Yeah, so back to the story about YouTube. So I've been thinking, the evolution of videos online, beginning about 2005, right? Or technically beginning about 1990. Even before that, on Unix, you have like stamp-sized video, anime, GIF, for example. But anyway, practically the online video thing began around 2005, YouTube basically. Okay, so it's a phenomenon. Then around 2010, you start, the cell phone became very popular because Apple, right? So everyone can, like before that, before the cell phone, a lot of people don't have a computer, they don't, mom and pop, they don't work, they don't know they don't use computer. Windows, what's Windows, but the phone is a giant, huge evolution. Huge technological evolution. So all these people who otherwise never used the computer, now they do on the phone, right? And they can watch videos. So then after another 10 or 15 years, everyone can stream like today, right? So the online YouTube phenomenon is not just you can stream, but you can talk to just about anyone on Earth, anywhere, in China, in Russia, in Europe. Like I'm in USA, right? You can talk to anyone instantaneously in real time. Even just 15 years ago, you have to buy webcam, via the chat, instant chat messages. Then you have to check compatibility, lots of trouble. And internet is not fast. You have little videos to see your grandma or whatever, granddaughter, little videos. Sometimes it doesn't work, And I remember in the 1980s, if I need to call my dad in Taiwan from Canada, you call, hi operator, I need to call Taiwan. It's like $40 a minute, like $30 USD per minute, 1980s. So it's tremendous, technology improve in change. And of course, changed society so so much. So I mean, yeah. So all these videos, and today, every minute you have like what, 1 million new videos, right? So it's amazing, Then we haven't, then there's TikTok and the YouTube, the YouTube Shorts, idiotic. So it become a situation that all these videos, like basically anyone live stream their life or whatever, So it's not, so there's a change of mentality, kind of, okay? So for example, 20 years ago, in 2005, when there's someone talking, a celebrity or a programmer, you are interested, it's news. Like it's a rare happening, you have to go watch it. But today, the video is become, it's like, you don't have to, like, do you care about what your neighbor is saying every day? No, right? I mean, because everyone is talking. I mean, the world, 7 billion of people, they are doing something every day. 7 billion, or was it 8 billion? Everyone is doing something, like every day. Do you? Yeah, and you can't watch them. You can't be. You don't have time to look at 8 billions of people, what they do. Do you listen to any podcast? No, not really. I don't really subscribe to anything. And usually I don't like podcasts. Like for many people, they like podcasts because they can play it in the background and they can do whatever, especially when you are driving, right, in USA. But I don't drive, I rarely drive. So, and for me, when I listen to something, I need to have the whole attention. It doesn't work for me to just play in the background. No. It's either I put whole attention to it or I don't listen. So that's the way I work. So what's the other question? 我们是 Mujahid. So there's a question. Hi, the man. I've been looking for translation to this song. Okay, so let's copy that. Let's see. What are you saying? What is this? Okay, what is this thing? Because I don't want to run into some kind of controversial stuff. 我们是战士. Okay, that's a song about Pakistan. Okay, very political thing. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that. And I hope you are not trolling. Okay. Okay, I think maybe that's it for today. We talked for 50 minutes. Yeah. Okay, if there's any questions, ask it. Okay, so meanwhile, let me go to my talk show and just put the links of things we talked about. Today's talk show. I was going to do some Lisp coding, but I guess forget it. Close. Okay, copy. Now you see I need to raise. Can you see? You see I raised my glove 80 with tilt boxes. So now I need to raise the middle this higher so I can press that easily. Okay, that's about it for today. Unicode art, make it link. Unicode Chinese. link Unicode user interface. Link Cyrillic Russian alphabet. Fantastic. Close, close. Accent mark. Umlaut. Okay, link it. The story of O. And lots of keyboard stuff. Okay, is there anything interesting? Okay, close that. Xah Talk Show clips. Close that. Search. Programming. Okay. Not gonna talk about that. Xah Fly Keys. Okay, you should try it. German character frequency. 谢谢你 Thank you. Bye bye. Speaking of keyboards and layout, what do you think of taipo? I have not heard of that. Taipo. Let's see. What is this? 大谱. Okay, so let's try taipo layout. Taipo. Inclusive keyboards. Offensive. Okay, the first impression is very offensive. Inclusive keyboards. There is 0 consecutive hand or finger usage. Okay, let's see what it is. Okay, looks like they need JavaScript. Okay, second bad impression. They need JavaScript. Okay, I'm not sure I want to turn it on. We embrace the art of staying true to our roots while gracefully learning from the world. Okay, another bad impression. They are trying to sell you something. Some like what does that, They are trying to sell you some kind of political thing. Our menu is a celebration of diversity, a bold and flavored fusion that breaks free from what the fuck is this? Okay, that's not it. Oh wait, typo layout, sorry. Okay, there is 0 consecutive hand or finger usage when using it. When two hands in typo's biggest benefit is its consistent flow and ease of access to all symbols. Here are some visual aids. Okay, well, you see, they require JavaScript. I don't really want to. Okay, let's turn on JavaScript. I don't think I'm interested in it because that. Wait, what? Okay. Okay, so this is a coding layout. This is a code. That's new. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you. I'll have to read it. This is a coding layout. That means you have to type 2 keys at the same time to type something. Yeah. Bye.